Previously on the Crenshaw Corner.
And one of the marriage vows is, do we understand? Because I think we say it.
Right.
It sounds really good.
Second nature.
You know, sickness and health.
It's a cliche.
For richer, exactly. For richer or poorer, till death do us part.
Don't nobody mean that.
Right. You know, so, you know, that's what they say. And so then at that point, do you really mean it? So because they talked about when the not the rich and the poor, we're not even going to discuss that, but the sickness and health. Right. Because talking to seasoned married couples, people say that we're seasoned, which cracks me because I'm thinking we're still a baby in the game. That's how I feel. We're a baby in the game.
We're almost a quarter of a century.
Right. We're still a baby in the game.
That's not a baby, baby.
I feel like that's a baby.
Quarter of a century?
Yes, a baby in the game.
That's almost 25 years,
in the married
baby.
game.
It's not, baby.
That's what I'm thinking. That's how I feel.
You're thinking it's flawed. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
Right. So, and when people talk to us, I'm like, no, me and Sanchez are babies in this game. We are still learning. We're still processing. I do. I said, we're still processing. We're trying to get this thing together. And so when it comes to till death do us part,
well, hello there, family.
What's up?
I didn't see you there.
What's up, family?
And welcome back to another edition of the Crenshaw Corner. Mm-hmm. I am your host, Sanchez Crenshaw, and as always, I am joined by the absolute best part of my day.
That's me, y'all.
The apple of my eye.
The apple.
The wind beneath my wings.
That was a fast. My wings, the wings was flapping fast.
The rib that completes me.
Y'all, he's so completed. He completed, y'all. He completed.
The Topanga to my Corey.
I know that.
Do you?
Give me a minute.
What is it? If you know it, what is it?
Boy Meets World.
Actually,
don't play with it.
Actually, you do know it.
Don't play with it. Don't play with it.
I am so proud of you.
You know why?
Why? What's up?
Because it just came out, the new one, I think.
Girl Meets World.
Yeah.
With their kids.
Yeah. And I happened to see it trying to find Pootie Paw Patrol.
Did you?
Yeah.
Uncommon.
What?
Uncommon known opinion. Uncommon known opinion. Had a crush on Topanga when I was young. Everybody here's the thing. Where everybody missed the mark. Everybody was talking about Kelly Kapowski.
I don't know Kelly.
You do know Kelly Kapowski.
I don't know Kelly.
Saved by the Bell. The brunette, the cheerleader, head cheerleader, Zach Moore's girlfriend. Saved by the Bell.
I know Saved by the Bell, but I don't know Kelly.
How do you not know Kelly?
Because I don't know Kelly.
This is what I'm talking about. You're not human.
I don't know Kelly.
You one of them lizard people. You're not human.
Say what you want, but I don't know Kelly.
Anyway, so everybody was like, Kelly. No, don't sleep on Topanga. Topanga was the one. Topanga was the one.
You had a crush on Topanga?
I did. It was like if I had seen her, you know them stalking laws that they done made? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would have probably fell under them laws.
How old were you when this happened?
I was young. I was old enough to know better, but young enough not to do right.
Okay.
That's what I was.
I like it.
Question for you.
Yes.
You gonna tell people your name?
I am gonna tell them my name. What's going on, family? What is going on? I am Angela Crenshaw, guys. What is going on?
That is my wife, family. That is my wife.
Hi.
Family, welcome back. We thank you.
Yes.
For our returning family members.
Returners. What's up?
We appreciate you being here.
We do. Thank you guys.
We are so thankful.
Yes.
For our new family members.
What's up, new people?
However you found us, however you're listening, whether it's on iTunes, Spotify,
come on,
Podbean,
come on,
Amazon,
go ahead,
Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or on our own personal website at www.thecrenshawcorner.com.
Come on, you did good, babe.
We thank you so much for listening.
We thank you guys so much.
And family, as always, we consider ourselves an interactive podcast.
Because we are.
Which means we can be found on the socials.
Yes, we can.
We're on Facebook.
Is you struggling?
Kind of a little bit. We're on Instagram. Mm-hmm. We're on TikTok. We're on YouTube.
Yes.
All under the Crenshaw Corner.
We can't count YouTube. The last time we did a YouTube video was 1972.
But we still on there. Go back and watch the old episodes. We still on there. It don't matter. We ain't posted in a while. We still on there.
Okay.
That's all that matters.
Okay, so it's just that we're there.
I'm saying, can I go to YouTube right now, type in the Crenshaw Corner, and something comes up?
Yes.
There you go. We on there.
We on there. Okay, got it. Carry on.
And of course, you can email us at any time at thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com.
Yes.
Once again, thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com.
Yes.
So family.
Yes.
I rushed through that a little bit. But I did it for a purpose.
We got a purpose.
We have a purpose.
We got purposes.
So family.
We got purpose.
We have in the midst.
Oh my goodness.
First of all, we have two special guests.
Yes, we do.
Two very special people to us individually and us as a couple.
Yes.
We truly love the individuals that are in the room with us today.
But you can't say as a couple because now people going to think they're dating.
No. When I said as a couple, I'm talking about we as a couple.
Oh.
Individually.
Okay.
They're special to us individually.
Okay.
And to us as a couple, they're special to us.
Because people going to get confused about how they single. Didn't he just say they was a couple? But carry on. I'm sorry, my bad.
I think that was only you that had put that together, though.
It sounded weird.
I don't really think.
I'm just saying it sounded weird.
Okay, we're going to go with that. We're going to say it sounded weird. But anyway,
Go ahead,
before
my
I was
bad.
rudely interrupted.
I didn't mean that.
That's why they should still do charm schools. Certain
ahead, Kevin.
things they should do.
It's okay.
They should still be doing charm schools.
Come on.
You should be in one.
I have all type of etiquette. Carry on.
I'm just saying. So, family, once
Yes.
again, before I was rudely interrupted,
Go ahead, my love.
we have two very special guests today.
We do.
So what I'm going to do, I can't give their introduction any justice, so I'm going to have them introduce themselves.
Yes.
So I'm going to start with the wonderful young lady that's immediately in front of me.
Hi, honey.
Say hello.
Hello, family. I am Sharonda Weston, live in Charlotte, North Carolina, and just happy to be with my family today.
Yes.
Family, you recognize this voice.
Yes, you do.
You recognize this voice. You know, Sharonda has been with us time and time again. Sharonda is an amazing person.
Yes.
Very creative eye. She is also a
Yes.
business owner.
Yes.
So we've touched on that before.
You turn spaces.
You turn spaces.
Yes. Turn spaces.
We turn your spaces around.
Come
Stop
on.
playing.
Stop
Love
playing.
it, love it. Yeah, she will come into a blank room and turn it into the Taj Mahal.
You hear
There
what
we
I'm telling
go.
you?
There we go.
What I love about it, though, she will turn your space into the Taj Mahal on a dollar store budget.
There we go.
Yes.
That part.
I love it.
Actually, I love the part that she take whatever you got in the house
That's right.
and make that
That's
work.
right.
You don't have to buy nothing.
I love it.
Look at God, He's faithful.
And then also joining us first time to the Crenshaw Corner.
Come on, bro.
Introduce yourself, my friend.
Man, yeah, glad to be here. Brent Cureton. I'm from. I live in Indian Land, South Carolina. I'm neighbors to this lovely couple here.
Yes, sir.
It's not 2 minutes. It's about a good 4 minutes.
It's a 4-minute walk.
4 minutes.
Brett, that's a 2-minute walk, Brett.
I had to stroll.
You strolled.
I had to stroll.
You strolled.
I had to
You
stroll.
strolled.
I did.
There's nothing wrong with that, though.
I did.
So
Okay.
we are very happy to have you both here.
Yes, thank you guys so much for doing this for us. We
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Thank you
So
for inviting us.
they kind of know why they're here, and they kind of don't. So little backstory how we got here, and then we want to hear from you guys because
Right.
I don't want to talk a lot today. So my wife always comes to me with the most random questions. It's what she does, and she came in with the question, "Babe, what was the question you presented to me?"
You tell me.
You tell me.
I get so many of them.
You don't remember the question?
Now, are we talking about what is love? Or are we talking about the fact of the matter of dating while
Dating.
you're single?
Yeah. Why would we talk about anything else, babe?
I'm just messing with you. So I was asking him, like, right now in the dating pool of dating that's going on right now, there's so many arguments about what restaurant should you go to and all this other stuff. So my question to him was, this is what happened. I said, baby, this was a debate between us. That's why you guys are here, because it was a strict debate. The debate was, if on your first date, would you prefer to go to a restaurant or would you prefer to go somewhere and have a good time, like axe throwing?
You have a good time at the restaurant.
Wait a minute.
I don't like the way you presented it. See, you presented it where it's already.
Okay, but let me finish my sentence.
But you're not presenting it right, though.
Okay, then you should have presented it.
You
didn't.
biased. You biased in your presentation. All I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
You're biased in your presentation. Is all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But she's biased in her presentation.
I'm just saying.
I'm saying. It's like saying, would you like this real nice piece of pie or should I slap you? You real biased in your presentation.
Would you prefer to go out to dinner on your first date, or would you prefer to go somewhere like axe throwing or just doing something
An
recreation activity? Thank you, babe. Activity. So we debated this for like 20 minutes. So I said to him, babe, we should do a podcast on it. He said, baby, we've been married almost 24 years. Who cares what
Who cares what we think?
We're not even single.
We're going to.
We're going to territory we don't know.
We are walking into almost a quarter of a century of being married.
Right.
We've been 25 years.
Woo woo.
I've been out of the dating pool so long, I couldn't tell you where to start.
I don't even know if it's still a pool.
Yeah,
though. Is
so
it a
I'm
pond
like-
or a river?
So I'm like, we have single individuals that, even though the podcast is geared towards relationships, geared towards marriage, we have single people that listen. And it's like, if I was a single person in 2023,
I ain't listening to me.
would I really want to listen to a married couple
Right.
who've been married for 24 years,
Right.
who've been out of the dating pool for so long? Would I really want to hear what they have to say about what it's like to date in 2023?
Gotcha.
So we started thinking and we started brainstorming. Like, well, who can we talk to? Because we have to have a male's perspective and we have to have a female's perspective.
Yeah.
Who do we trust?
Who do we want that to be with?
Who do we want to have a conversation with? Who do you want to talk to? Your names came up.
You got
unanimously between our both.
It was unanimous though, seriously.
And we are honored to have you. So
it's an honor.
what we want to know is, first of all, what is it from your perspective? And I'm going to start only because, Sharonda, you've been here before. So I'm going to start with Brent since this is the first time. So I want to start with him. Okay. So I want to know from a male's perspective in 2023. So you're going to speak for the whole male species right now.
Oh, Lord, that's a lot. Wait a minute. That's too much.
Let's separate this. Men and boys. Let's separate. True. Speak for the men.
There you go.
Amen.
So I want you to speak for the men, and I just want you to tell me. So what is your perspective, and what is it like for you trying to date or dating in 2023?
The best way I can describe this. So growing up, I used to play this game on my grandma's computer.
Okay.
Don't ask me what the name of it is. I don't know. I had no business on there. We just a couple buttons, but the game was literally think of almost like a Pac-Man.
Okay.
But instead of getting ate by the bigger Pac-Man, you hit a mine, you would blow up.
Okay.
So you literally going through all these mazes, and you could think you was doing good, and next thing you know, you're getting blown up.
Right.
It's like, oh man, and I could never figure it out.
Actually, I remember that game. I can't tell you the name of it either.
Is it Minecraft? Is it Minecraft?
It's not Minecraft.
It's not Minecraft.
It's mine something, I think.
It's something like that.
Yeah, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But man, it was frustrating because it's like, okay, I lost. Okay, cool. No problem. Hit a snag. Let me figure out how to get past this.
Right.
And it's like every single time you would get past that one, but here comes another one that wasn't there before.
Okay.
And it's a non-stop, never-ending thing. And that's how I would best describe this. I don't know what to call it. I got no manual. I got nothing.
That was so deep. His cash app is
that part.
That was good. Boy, that was cash app Brent Cureton. Hashtag.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on now. I could preach that if I wanted to. That was good.
I almost did. I gotta get that first. It's an invitation.
Dang, that was good.
I almost got there. But yes, that's my experience.
Right.
For men. Now for the other ones, seem like they having a party. They're having a good time.
About the boys.
They're having a good time. For us real men,
right,
who are really trying to do it the right way. I'm old school. I grew up, parents, grandparents. My grandmother's been a pastor for 42 years.
Okay.
Right.
Great-grandfather, great-grandmother. I was able to experience all that.
Right.
They were married for 60 years.
Yeah.
My grandma preaching the word, counseling.
Right.
She's all about mending the bridges.
Okay.
Right.
Boy, with that mentality, right, I actually want to sit down and have those conversations. It's very difficult today.
Wow.
Because it's very fast. If you're not going to do what I need you to do,
right,
I can just go on TikTok, right? I can post a little TikTok, put my face out there. Next thing you know,
my DMs are popping,
blowing up, right?
Okay.
Right. So it's very easy to just find the new. That it seems like it's not worth it to work on the now, right?
Does it seem like there's a short attention span now?
Oh, listen, I won't go as far as to say that there is none.
Right.
Right. It exists, but it's like that.
Okay.
Right. So you better be spot on. You better be spot on all the time.
Right.
Otherwise, buddy, you're gonna be out in the pasture.
Oh, jeez.
Sharonda, what about you? From the female perspective.
I don't want to talk after him. Well, I played this game checkers, and they had these pieces and this board, and it was like a landmine. No, I'm just playing.
Amen.
And I just kept jumping until I became a queen.
And I just jumped off the board. And it still wasn't nothing off the board either. No, I did love that. No, you did it. I was sitting here like, should I talk about a pen or now I got to come up with something.
What metaphor can I use out here?
Because that was good.
Because that was so spot on.
To be honest, it was spot on from my perspective too, if I'm being 100% honest with you.
Right.
It's like you think that it's going well. You think you've met someone and you're like, oh, okay, let's see where this goes. And, you're taking it one day and then boom. It's either they're not interested or they ghost you or they're doing something, or they want to marry you like tomorrow. Like, and I'm just like, slow down, player. Like,
so it's one extreme to the other.
It seems like there's no middle. Either they want to be playboys or they want to be a husband. And so it's like, that's kind of what I'm getting. It's kind of like what he was saying. It's like one thing and it's done.
Right.
Like if you say something wrong, you do something wrong, you look wrong, you don't have the right outfit on.
You taking the Cheesecake Factory by mistake.
Something. Or
I do want to touch on that.
That part.
That's the national debate right now. I really want. I want to touch on that.
I don't know. I'm old school, right? For me, it's like I believe in courting.
Right.
Sounds crazy, but I do.
Yeah.
I believe in. There's times when I'm out with my daughters and they'll be like, "Mom, you ain't see them guys looking at you?" And I say, "Did they say something to me?" And they'll be like, "No." I said, "But they not the guys for me."
Okay.
Because I done smiled. I done kept walking. I didn't have the, resting face.
I didn't batted an eye.
So what I'm not about to do is go over to you. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that. I'll let you know it's okay if you come on. You can come on over. Come on, baby. You can come on over.
Right.
But it's like they want you to come to them, or they want you to, and then they're like, "Well, I ain't got to come to you because it's more men than women." And so I ain't gotta chase you now. Like you said, I can go on Instagram, I can go on TikTok, I can go on Facebook or whatever and create something, and I'm gonna get people my DMs.
Wow.
Now I'm curious on something you just touched on.
Yeah.
Though. I got a question.
Yes.
And like I said, this is second, third hand, fourth hand knowledge.
Yeah. Fifth, sixth, seventh.
Fifth, sixth. I ain't tried
Fifth,
to.
sixth,
I like living, so I ain't tried to date nobody outside my wife in 25 years.
Amen.
I like breathing. But one thing I've noticed and I've seen, you touching on why they didn't come to you. And Brent, I want you to touch on this too from a male's perspective. Are we allowed, are men still allowed to approach women? Because from what I've seen and the conversations I've had and the conversations I've heard women have, it's like, don't approach me. If you see me in public, turn the other way. All men are creeps. I don't want to. I don't want your time. So do men know that they are allowed to talk to women?
Wow.
That's hard because on some regard, I know what you're saying.
Right.
Because there's some women out here that's just horrible. I'm sorry to say. But
no other word to use. Horrible is a good one.
Horrible. Like you just look, and sometimes I'm out and I'll see a man try to approach and I'll just be like, "God dang, sister, just like that." He can't even walk up to you. You stopping him as he crossed the room. Like, you know what I mean? But then to me, it's like I said, I'm old school. So back in the day when you were dating, it was like you let them know.
Right.
Yeah.
Friendly eye, head nod, how you doing, something like that. I'll do that all day, and they'll be like, go the opposite way. They'll give me the head nod and go the opposite way. I've had guys say, "Come here." "Oh no, baby, but what I'm not about to do is come to you. We don't do. Would they do that at Amazon? Because we don't. I'm just not. I just believe in courting, but I do understand because. With the Me Too, with the women being just mean, just if you don't have this, if you don't even approach me, if you ain't dressed like this, so I can understand where a male might be a little hesitant to come over, right? So I see what you're talking about, but if I'm giving you all the signs and you still not coming, okay, but I'm gonna go on.
But do they even know? Here's the thing, and I'm trying to be funny, but in this day and time, do people, because what you guys both talking about is so old school, do the new school even know the signs? No. I'm saying, I'm serious
Probably
at this
not.
point.
I want you to touch on that, Brent. What's your perspective on that?
So one, I'm going to say I agree with what she just said for sure, because it's all about the approach for me, right? You approach respectfully, right? That to me is it decides how everything's gonna go, right? If people can approach you the right way, respectful, then you'll be able to have that sort of dynamic. Today's day and age, absolutely not. Because the way that they determine interest, from my experience, from what I can see, right, it's not even direct, right? It's, they like so many pictures, right? Or they slid in my DMs and they just said something nice, right? But the nice thing isn't the nice that we're used to, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, how you doing? I saw you over here. You by yourself. I was curious. Can I talk to you? Now it's I'm commenting on a picture that you posted, and I'm telling you, hey, you sexy, right? That garners more respect, because the latter, you corny now, right? Because you ain't come with no authority, right? They believe the authority is the telling, this is what I want to do.
Right.
Okay, is you with it or not? Right? So that garners the respect today. Quote unquote respect.
Wow.
Which just leads to the downfall later on, right? Because I believe women today, they want to be courted. They want the respect. They want you to open the door. They want you to take them out for a good time.
Yeah.
These expectations exist. They're on the plate. But the way that we want to get approached doesn't match that. And again, I'm speaking this from a general consensus.
Oh, yeah, of
right?
course.
Yeah.
What I call the old souls,
Right.
take them out of that conversation, right?
Right.
The majority of what you see today, I want you to approach me like an object, right? The first thing I want you to come out of your mouth is comment on my picture. You sexy, you this, that, and the third. I want to hook up with you. Let's link, right?
Wow.
But I want you to open my door. I want you to take me out for dinner. I want you to be able to have real conversations with me, care about my feelings.
You know how confusing that is?
Man, listen.
That's almost bipolar.
Man, child.
I love you. Don't stand next to me. Come next to me. Come here and sit down while you're on my lap. I mean, this is the craziest stuff.
Amen. And that's the reality, though, right?
Wow.
And when we ask, can we be approached?
Right.
Right. In public, listen, it's like Russian roulette out here, right? Because even with the signs, they look at you, they smile. If you think about coming over here, by the time you get halfway here, hold on, whoa. You look like you about to say something. Don't do that. Don't do that. Hold on. Got my camera out.
Wait a minute.
Because I know you weren't going to come talk to me.
Oh, God.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I want to know.
It's a mess.
That's a reality.
So then,
check. Wow.
like you said, so you both approach it from the kind of old school mentality, that courting, that being an adult about dating, being an adult about getting to know someone. So then how do you navigate that then? Yeah. So if this is the sea that your boat has been placed in right now, how do you navigate that? Because like you said, you have that you want to approach a woman a certain way, you want to be approached a certain way, and it seems like those two approaches are out of fashion right now. So then how do you navigate? What do you do? Yeah,
and how do we make courting normalized, right? Make it, because it was normal before. I don't know what it is now, right? So how do we also make that normalized for the old souls, for the people who like, I need to be courted, I need to be approached? What does that look like then at that point? How are y'all handling that?
I think for me, if I do go out on a date with someone, I step to the side. I'm not opening up that door. Like, I'm not the type of person that's like, if I'm walking over to a car, I expect for you to open my car door. Now, if we get there and we get out, I'm not about to wait 10 years for you to come around the car and open my car. I'm not going to do that. Right? That's just me. Some people want that. But if we're going into any building, any establishment, I'm going to step to the side. And you're going. Because if you don't know, now you know, right?
Right.
You're going to do these things. And if you don't want to partake in those, that's fine. I'm out, right? Because there's certain things that I'm going to do and certain things that I'm going to allow, certain things I'm not going to allow. Okay. So I approach it as in, this is who I am. And when the right person is supposed to be there for me, he'll come. But I'm not going to change who I am.
Right.
So in the process of me being single, I'm okay to be by myself and love myself. But it's not that I don't need a man.
Right.
I'm just not going to settle for a boy.
Right. Come on now.
So if it's certain things that I want,
let me snap my fingers.
I'm going to go that way, in that direction, and I'm going to always be that person.
Okay.
And if it means I'm single for the next 5 or 10 years, I'm okay with that. Because in 10 years, and that's maybe when God will bring the person that's supposed to be there, it's going to open the doors, it's going to care about me, that's going to treat me right, that I can then reciprocate.
Right.
Because I'm okay with that. Right. I want to do those things.
Right.
But yeah, I just take it one day at a time. I'm going to be who I am. And if you approach me right, let's have a conversation. There's times when people approach me, I'm not interested. But I don't sit up here and dog them or make them feel bad or anything. I'm not interested. You know, I might even say, I'm dating someone. Just because I want to hurt their feelings, right? And I've done that before. I be respectful, but I'm not going to be, what you coming up to me for? Oh, you thought? Oh, you tried it. I'm not even that type of person. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen it done. I have seen it done. So I think for me, it's just pushing on with who I am. If these are my deal breakers, they're my deal breakers. So that's how I navigate. I just go one day at a time, and I don't ever go somewhere. I'm at a point in my life where I don't go somewhere intending to meet anyone anymore.
Right.
Okay.
I go to have a good time.
Yeah.
So if my friends are like, oh, let's go to this club or let's go to this lounge or this whatever, I'm not going. I'm dressing up because I want to feel cute and because I want to look cute for me. So if someone comes, then I meet someone. If I don't, it's not a waste of night. I had a great time with my friends.
Exactly.
So I don't really go out to date necessarily. I'm not on any dating apps. It's just not for me. I used to always say, I was talking to my cousin, I'd be like, I'm on Facebook dating. And she was like, Facebook don't have a dating. This is before they had a dating. And I was like, guess it is. I'm going to post this picture. And as soon as and it's weird, but it's like you'll post a picture or you'll do something and DMs is blowing up.
Like he said. Yep.
It's just blowing up, right? The thing with that is I'm not on a dating app, so you can't say, well, why are you on a dating app if you ain't trying to date nobody? I ain't on a dating app. I'm on Facebook. But I've met some very good, genuine guys that way. And that wasn't, I didn't go into it saying, oh, I'm going to do this.
Right.
It's just what happened.
Right.
But I think the caliber of men that come at me on like the Facebook when I do that, it's because my Facebook is private. Okay. So I kind of look at your page. I kind of know like who you are, what you're about, what you know. If you have something crazy on it, and it's not. So when they do reach out, they're normally pretty good guys,
gotcha.
Right? Yeah. So, but I don't believe in
so
apps.
You've already pre-screened them.
Kind of,
okay,
right? Because I go on their page and I'm like, if you don't have anything derogatory, you don't have anything crazy, I don't mind accepting your friend request, right? Don't be sending me no friend request, people. Don't go on my Facebook page, send me a friend request. It's still private.
Did she say you? Is that like YOU or like a U-turn space?
Go to U-turn spaces. You look like that page all day long. But no, I probably
like that tree, like the tree I put up there.
I mean, I know it was long-winded, but just that's how I navigate. I'm myself. I'm okay with myself.
Right.
I'm okay with being single. Do I want to be with someone? 100%. And I think anyone in this day and age should be like, I don't want to be with nobody. I question that. You might not want to be with someone now, right? But eventually you want to be. I think as humans, we all want to have some
connection.
One.
Yes,
you might have gone through something, so you might not want it right now, right? But I'm just not willing to settle for a boy. So.
Yeah, and I think too, before Brent gets started, I think too, one of my things that I always said, and Sharonda, you know, and just I've always said this, I did not ever want to be with a white stallion, and one day I wake up and this joker a zebra. Every time I turn around, a stripe is popping out. Just be a zebra. Yeah. Just be a zebra, bro. I'm okay.
Yep.
If I like a zebra, I take a zebra.
There we go.
But a lot of times, what's happening, we get out there, and before me and him got together, it was like, it was too many white stallions that was turning to zebras. So I was like, you know what? I don't need this in my life. So that's kind of like what I hear you saying, like, be yourself.
Yep.
So that way, when they meet you, they see you. This I like to eat. I like whatever your thing is. This is what I like to do.
Yep.
What about you, bro? How do you maneuver?
Look, since just asked the question, how do you navigate in this?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find another one.
Another C.
Listen, I'm exploring. You know, look.
You going to India? Where you going, bro?
We going somewhere.
Where?
You out here being Magellan. You just out here just
look. You won't know until you look.
I'm traveling to every country right now, y'all.
Passport brother. Come on, passport brother.
Passport brother.
What is it? Passport boys practice? Something like that.
So what they call it? We're going across the pond.
Passport boys. Yeah, we're going across the pond.
Listen, I think it's a few things, right? And the number one thing, right? Obviously, stay true to yourself. Right. I'm not big into social media. I'm not big into, almost. I know a lot of people. I have a big family. I've been in business for quite some time. Owned businesses, been a part of businesses, run businesses. I mean, I've done a lot. So I've met a lot of people.
Right.
So the majority for me is the majority of people that I have on my social media. I know them. Right. We're connected, family, friends. Actually, grew up together. Right. Done some business together. Right. So I don't entertain social media in a way where it's like sort of like an escape. A lot of people, when they have issues in a relationship, they go into social media to get the therapy. Right. And it's the screen therapy is what I like to call it. Right. You go on there, you can post whatever you want to post, you can filter it however you want to filter it, and then you get that attention. You sort of get that love. Right. And they say, well, I'm on here on TikTok or Instagram. Look, he slid in my DM and said I'm beautiful. You ain't told me I've been beautiful in 2 weeks. It's like, well, hold on now. Listen. you ain't hurt him.
Nope.
Right? You're not beating him down, right? You're not he's not experiencing the same life, right?
That I'm experiencing with
I can't see because you don't beat me up. I want to see you. I want to tell you you're beautiful, I'm having a rough go.
There you go.
Eyes closed shut. Sanchez always asking me, Brent, what's going on? I need to put you in a bubble, right? I need you in a bubble. Something always seems to be going on with you. And it does, right? And it does. I'm stressed. Right? But, it's the man in me, I want to be that, right? But there's two things. I want it, right? I have to build, sort of a foundation or build a home, build a circumstance where I can actually be that.
Right.
But also it needs to be able to be received. Right. And I think today's day and age, people can't receive anything. Right. It's hard for them to receive anything. Right. So again, I'll go back to the very beginning. I am probably the most what's the word for it? I work a lot. Right. I have my son, right? Love him to death.
Yeah.
He takes my time, right? Which I love.
Right.
Right. So being single in 2023 for me has been fantastic. And the struggles that a lot of people experience, right? I don't experience those because I spent my time healing, developing myself, trying to figure out, okay, what do I need to work on, right?
What do I need to do with me?
Yeah. What do I need to do with me, right, to make sure I can get what I'm looking for?
Right.
In today's day and age, dating people aren't doing that. What they're doing is they're running.
Yep.
Yeah.
So things didn't go right in this relationship.
They're gonna run to another.
We just talked
running.
about that.
Yep.
Right.
We just
Running,
talked about
track
it.
star, right?
Yep.
So that's my experience. And I'm talking. Listen, y'all have to tell me when to stop because I can go on and on and on and on.
You good?
I might even start preaching here in a minute.
You okay?
Hey, but it's for me what I've experienced. I've talked to many females over the past. I've been single for. It's been a long time. It's been a long time.
I don't even know.
Oh my gosh, right? But when I talk to people, I've seen one thing that's been consistent. Everyone's different. They bring something different to the table.
Right.
So I'll never put everybody in a box.
Right.
But what I look at, what's consistent. Sanchez knows this. I'm an analytical person. I have an analytical mind. So I always look for what's off. So what's different about this, and what's the same across the board. Right. So I keep these things going. The one thing that's been consistent for me is a lot of women today that I experience, right? Good people, good heart, compassionate, caring. But not a single one of them understands anything about marriage and what it actually means to be a wife, right? They can tell you all day long what they want in a husband,
right?
And what a man's supposed to do, and what he's supposed to deliver, and what he won't do, another will. But they can't even give you the slightest idea of what it actually means and what commitment they're making, being someone's wife,
right?
And that's where I struggle, because it's like, hey, look, I have no problem stepping up to the plate as a man. I will do my duty. I know what my role's supposed to be,
right.
But if you don't know your role,
how's this working?
If you're confused and a little bit conflicted, and if you're not working on that relationship because in your mind, hey, I'm a woman. I'm supposed to sit here and chill.
Right.
What do you mean I got to do something? What are you talking about?
Right.
No. It don't work like that.
Right.
That's where, I sort of have this disconnect because it's like, wait a minute now. I want someone to work with me. Right. Let's work together.
Somebody to build together.
Let's make this work.
Could it be along those lines, though? Could it be because when it comes to that thought process, you're more of an anomaly where the guys now are looking for a wife, but they don't really understand what it is to be a husband. And because they've lost what an actual husband is. And so now the women are lost and not really sure what to look at as far as to be a wife. Because what I've seen, it seems like there's a disconnect on both sides where the men want the title of being a husband, but they don't want to put the work in. And Sharonda, you can talk to this because I don't know. But I'm just throwing stuff against the wall. But it seems like, they want the title of being a husband, but they don't want to be that covering. They don't want to be that provider. Yes. They don't want to be that protector. They don't want to be that support system. They just want the title of. And so now you have women out here kind of lost saying, okay, well, you want me to be a wife, you want me to do this, but What are you doing?
Want the title without the duty.
Want the title without the duty.
Sharonda?
No, I was just about to say, I think it's, in my experience, and like I said, I don't do online dating or anything. The closer I get, I've joked, but it was Facebook dating, right? And it really wasn't. You know, for me, it was to the point where I would be like, well, I'm going to get off Facebook. And my friends were like, you don't post anyway. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? So I barely post, right? But in my experience in posting, and to be honest with you, I have a lot of friends on Facebook only because for my business page, you had to let people in. So it was a screening process, but it was more of a screening process to make sure you weren't crazy or a creep, right? But in saying that, I think it's, even what I do post is very respectful. And so if for some reason a guy do come into my DM, which is not like 400 people come in my DM, but if someone do slide in my DM or send me a message or something like that, it's a different caliber, I think, of man. And then I will say that a lot of people say they don't. You know, my friends are like, would you get great guys that's coming to you? And I think that all boils down to me just knowing who I am, presenting who I am respectfully, right? And so even when I'm out, you know, I'm okay with being sexy. I'm not going to be slutty. I'm going to present myself the way that I do, and that's just me. But so I think because of the way I carry myself, the way that I am, the way that I look, as far as like my body language and eye contact and stuff like that, I think the caliber of man that comes up to me, I haven't had an issue with. And they've been the men, you know what I mean? Whether I was attracted to them or not, that I think that comes as that chemistry, right? But they've been in a position where they're ready to be a man. Not all of them, right? But I will say probably about 80% of them, if I'm being honest, great guys, right? It just maybe the chemistry wasn't there or something, but they do come to me wanting to be a husband or a man or, you know, the male in the relationship. So I haven't really experienced with a lot of people, a lot of women have experienced, but I think it's because of what I'm putting off, how I carry myself, how I introduce myself. And so I think in doing so, I'm not getting, I don't want to say low caliber.
Well, I mean, speak your truth. Speak your truth.
But
if that's your truth,
that's your truth.
Man, I mean, they really are approaching me in a different way. And I've had some that slip through the cracks. Don't get me wrong. They're like, "Hey, Sade," and I'm like, "Yeah, nah." All the DC come up out of me. I'm like, "Hey, Joker, you tried it, right?" So I can be that way.
That DMV come out of it.
Right, that part. But I live in Charlotte. I ain't from. No, don't get it twisted. But no, so I think with that, like I said, I do get really good guys. I really do, but I think it's all about how you carry yourself, and I think vice versa. With the guys, if you're coming playboyish, hey, yo, mom, you're going to get that person. Or if you come to that woman that's not about that, you're going to get turned down, knocked down. Right?
I think that's the part that people forget.
I think too.
Yeah.
So
that
too.
you really attract what you are. If you're a person you're always in a bad relationship, it's always adversarial, it's miserable. Stop looking at the people that's coming and start looking at yourself. Because you attract what you are. A lot of I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just like real quick. When I went through my divorce, I remember I was in counseling, and I remember the one thing she asked, she's like, "What could you have done differently?" And I was like, "What you mean?" Like, I didn't, hold up. Wait, what? Like, I did not. What you mean? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that was the best question. And I think if more people ask themselves that question, right? Because the thing is, what could you have done differently so you do not repeat going into another relationship? Right. So when I, you know, and it could be something like, you know, I told her, as I sat down, thought about, I said, you know what? I could have got off the phone when he came in the house. That's not excusing whatever we divorced for, behavior or anything like that. But you know what? I could have got off the phone with my girlfriend when he came in the house.
What part did you play?
Exactly, right? Because in doing that, you then tune into yourself and you start saying, okay, well, I would want him to go off the phone if I came in the house, right? So going into my next relationship, if I see my man pull up in the driveway, I'm like, oh, let me call you back, right? Hey, babe, how was your day? You know, do something like that. So I think when you ask those questions and you start to say, what could I have done differently? I'm tapping into who I am, and you're being honest with yourself instead of blaming. He did, my last relationship, they did, and he did. Well, if you don't start looking at what you did, you're going to stay stuck. And that's the reason why you're not moving forward, right?
That's a word.
But if you look at what you did, so you do not take those same negative behaviors into your next relationship, it's better.
Because there should be no reason why you're still attracting the same type of person.
Exactly.
If I'm attracting, I'm married, but if I was in the dating pool and I'm attracting the same kind of person, a hot mess, broke, don't know how to talk, whatever. I'm a hot mess. I'm broke and I don't know how to talk, right? Because there's no way every person, the only people I'm attracting is like that. Then you have to look at yourself and say, what is it about me that's attracting this mess?
What's the common denominator in all this?
And it would normally be yourself. Like what does that look like? So let's talk about this now that we got that part. So let's talk about dating. Because I'm still back to my question. Me and Sanchez had a problem.
We're just gonna circle around. We're just gonna circle back to it.
Okay.
We're just gonna circle back to
it. Brent. First date, dinner or activity?
So, for me, I love to eat. Right? I did not get this.
That cute physique.
You know what I'm saying? This ain't come by mistake. Right? It was built. It was built. It was built.
Built to last. Built to last.
Look at God. Look at God. I love to eat. I love to cook.
Right.
But food is my. It's like a passion for me, right?
It's your love language?
It is my love language. I love to cook. I love to bake.
Right.
Right. If I give you something, if I break bread with you, that's love.
Right. Okay.
So what I will never do for me,
right?
First date, no. Let's go somewhere else. Right. Okay. I want to go somewhere else. Yeah. I want to get to know you. Right. Because a lot of people go out to eat.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Like, well, look, I'll do anything to get something to eat. Right. So you'll end up having company with people who you have no business. Right. You end up having conversations with people who you have no business. Right. Because the food. Right. Yeah. It's like, come on, everybody got to eat. Right.
Right.
Remove that. Let's do something else, right? Expand this a little bit more because one, you're going to do two things. You're going to cut out the mess, the people who really ain't trying to get to know you, trying to have no real conversation. Whoa. No, I don't want to do no. What do you mean? Mini golf? What you talking about? There ain't no food involved in that, right? So you miss me, right? Okay, cool. Thank you, right? Yeah. It's a vetting process, right? To figure out we're gonna eat still. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody got to eat, but I never approach it with, hey, let me take you to dinner on the first date.
Okay.
Yeah. No, let's do something else. We're going to eat in the process, trust me. Yeah. I'm not going a long time without eating anything. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. But I was always raised, right? I don't talk with my mouth full, right? I don't talk and eat. I was always raised, my mom and grandma used to always say, be quiet and eat, right? So eating to me, it's a process, right? You go in there and get done what you got to get done.
Yeah.
It's the activities that you do with people that you remember. You don't remember sitting down and eating the food. You remember the conversation. You remember the sort of memories you made doing what you had to do, right? But that's what I like to do. You get to know a lot about people. Play a little game of mini golf. You know, people can't golf. Right? Look, Tiger Woods, right? We out here.
But have fun.
You having a good time, right?
Yeah.
You get to learn a lot about people when they're in a position like that, right? So that's for me. Listen, I'm picking activity all day long.
Okay. Sharonda.
I am 100% activity because I don't want to be interviewed on the first date. I don't want to go and sit down across from you and say, so what you like to do? So what do you do for a living? So how many kids do you have? No play. Let's go play some, like you said, golf. Let's go play because I want to see how mad you get when you can't get that ball in the hole. Like I want to see your attitude, right?
All the way out.
I want to see what's going to happen when we go somewhere and you can't get that parking space or like, you know what I mean? Right. How are you talking to the people at, wherever that you're getting the concession stand from? Like, I want to see you in your element. Right. Okay. And then we can decide. I'm still gonna eat because I'm like you. I like to eat too. I'm a foodie. Right. I used to not be a foodie. I'm a foodie now. So we can eat. But if it's not going well,
there's no need to go. There's no need to go to eat after that.
Out to eat.
Exactly.
Right? But I like activities. I want to do something different so I can kind of see who you are, problem solving skills, right? Temperament.
Yeah.
So I want to do something like that. And I think we can even do something as simple as just walking around, go to botanical gardens or go to a museum. Like, let me see where you are, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, we can go eat. But definitely don't want to do a sit-down dinner on a first date.
Yeah.
I want to get to know you.
I'm outnumbered.
You outnumbered, baby.
I am totally outnumbered here.
Because he's and this is what I realized when me and him were talking. We all are different. Mm-hmm. I'm a social butterfly. You have got to let me fly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He's very much an introvert. He likes to just stay in the house and be. So for him, dinner's going to work for him. I think as I'm listening to you guys, I realize is who you are because food is your love language. Therefore, you're not gonna take the first date to where you really love, right? And for you like me, we both social butterflies. Yep. So I don't think it's a wrong answer, but you are outnumbered in that area. So what was your thoughts, babe? Hi.
My thoughts are really simple. See, everything you said for me, but flip it on dinner, because for me, the activities are a distraction. Mm-hmm. For me. Mm-hmm. For me, the activities, because you're focused on doing whatever it is, and so it's a distraction. I want to know. I want the interview is what it is, because I understand that the first date is an interview. I want the interview. Mm-hmm. I want full unfettered access to who you are. I want to be able to look at your eyes when you talk. I want to be able to look at your body language when you say this. I want to ask you that uncomfortable question and see how you respond to it. Mm-hmm. I want that initial, because for me, the activity, anybody can do an activity. Mm-hmm. I can pick anybody up to do an activity with. But this, for me, that dinner, that one-on-one time, that cross the table, where that intimate bond, so to speak, I need to know who you are without any distractions.
And that's why they used to be stressed at the zone. That right there. I want to sit across from you. I want to see you get a little nervous. Right? That right there is why we used to be in HR. That's exactly right. There it is. And you got to see it firsthand. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
What? Him right here.
Did you say that's why we was in HR?
Okay, so for me, right? I'm not messing with y'all.
My poor husband.
So see, listen. So if we're in a restaurant, right? We're dressed up, we look nice. You're going to get that. You're going to get those responses, right?
The dress up responses.
Exactly. But if we are playing putt golf or something, and we're hitting a hole, and I'll be like, "Oh, so where you from?" You're relaxed, right? So during the activity, we can still ask certain questions,
right?
But I think it's more of a relaxing environment where I don't feel like I'm sitting here and I'm just talking to you. Like, I want to see, because I think you get a little bit more honesty that way. Because if you're relaxed, you're doing your thing, you might slip up and be like, "Nah, Slim, right?" Because and then you're gonna be like, "Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute."
That's a word. That's a word. Oh, I felt it in my spirit. I felt it. Man, listen.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but just let me know, because I mean, come on, we all like to have fun and chill and that. Yeah. But I want the activity would allow you to be yourself, you know, and then too, for me, an activity is it. If you come to me and you say, "Hey, I want to take you on a date," okay, plan it. Anyone can go up and look for reviews on restaurants, right? I want to see what you're going to plan.
What can you do?
Right? Are you going to take me axe throwing? Are you going to take me go-karting? Are you going to take me, like, did you put some thought into that? Did you really consider, let's see, how she responds to this. Like, put some thought into it. Don't just read a review or see something that came up on IG to say, "Oh, this is the latest restaurant in Charlotte. We're going to take her here. Yeah. It's going to be such and such." So that's why I think for me, activity works. Number one, it's going to see exactly what kind of thought you put into it. Right. And number two, I can still get those questions answered, but in a more relaxed setting.
It's the dressed up response for me, right?
Okay.
So when you get dressed up, she sort of hit the nail on the head for me. So again, I've been in the corporate world for a while.
Right.
You and I together for many years.
Right.
Think of all the people we interviewed, right? All the people that came in there dressed up to a T. You thinking you really got something here, man. This is going to work. Look at how she's talking.
Don't bring those memories back.
Look at him, got a suit on.
Oh, don't bring those memories back.
Wow, And then you hire him. Sound good? Hey, let's go to the next. Hey, it's gonna work out quite nice. They fighting in the parking lot. See, turns out that's the only suit you got. See, you ain't never even had one before that.
And you borrowed that one.
Them heels you came in here clanking with, walking hard. You ain't even doing this. I found out you came in here dressed up today But in your real life, at your core, you want to be out here doing some hood rat stuff.
Right. And this is the reason why with corporate America, Monday through Thursday, they say you have to dress casual, dressy. And Friday, we let you know that, because this is the thing I say sometimes, clothes have spirits. Right? So now if you approach me like you Thug Passion and I got on a cute little outfit, you may get over. But if you approach me like with these sweatpants and this sweatshirt and this hat I got on, I'm going to whoop the wheels off you. I'm going to forget all that I know, right? Yes. Because at that point, because clothes has spirits, you know, so it will be a dressed up answer for you or whatever the case is. But again, it's the thing with it because I ask a couple of people these questions. Some people are like Sanchez, they want interviews. It's the actual person's personality is going to gear where you're going to go. Yep. Right? Because I asked a girl and she was like, no, I want Zenta. I want to eat. I'm like, you don't want to act? No, I don't want to do that. So that already she like, I don't got time for activity. I'm a foodie. I love to eat. We gonna eat first. Maybe we could do activity later, but you gonna feed me. So some people go out for the goal to be fed. I'm just being honest.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Seriously, they just go to the goal.
I've known people who would just be like, yeah, I'm on Tinder. I'm gonna go on Tinder real quick so I can go get some dinner. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And
they will do it.
Wait a minute. That's what we do. You can't feed yourself,
right?
Like, so I agree. Yeah. I've heard that.
So I think it's the personality of the person. So here's my next question. We ain't got no business on this topic, but we're gonna hit it for a minute. The whole going to the Cheesecake Factory.
Hold on, before we do though, because I'm curious. Because it's actually two. It's the second part of that one too. I want to touch on two.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to touch on the Cheesecake Factory young lady, and I want to touch on the lady in Atlanta with the 48 oysters.
Wait, the 48 oysters.
Oh, I saw that one there.
I'll tell you about the second. Wow. But to put a ball on this one, it might just be the mad scientist in me. On the first date, I want you uncomfortable. To be honest,
gotcha.
I want you a little uncomfortable on the first date because I want to know how you respond under pressure. Because I want to know how you really think and how you really respond, and if you're uncomfortable, how do you respond in that uncomfortability? How do you navigate that? That's so. I think for me, that's why I like dinner as well on the first date because I know you're gonna be a little nervous. I know I don't want on the first date. I don't want you that comfortable because it may sound crazy.
No,
but in that comfortability, I don't really learn anything about you.
Okay.
And I'm the type of person, if I'm going to invest my time, I want to know up front what I'm investing in. So if you are a little uncomfortable on a dinner first date and you don't respond well or you don't know how to maneuver through that, when stuff really hit the fan, when it's really important, you're not going to make it.
Yeah. But what if they interview well?
Huh?
What if they just interview well?
And that's
like he was saying, like Brent was saying. What if they just interview well?
We've been there.
I guess on the second date you would see that.
I would learn that on the second date.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a personality.
Yeah.
So this is the question. I'm not even going to bring.
I think Brent's about to say something.
Oh, sorry, Brent.
Listen, I'm gonna put this on for the record. Okay.
Not for the record.
For the record.
Not for the record, bro.
Don't edit this out. Listen. From my experience, okay, people get prepared, right? So people prepare themselves. You go on this dinner date, whatever the case may be. In my mind, I'm preparing myself. I'm putting on this shield. So as I'm putting on these clothes, I'm putting on this little safety blanket.
Okay.
Right? So I'm preparing myself for that uncomfortable situation.
Right.
What I want to know when I'm going out, I don't even know how you handle adversity yet. We ain't got there yet. I need to know when you take that off, how do you move? Right. Because listen, if we go on the roof, Chris, and we having a nice dinner, everything's gravy, I like to eat good.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
When you take the blanket off, because hey, we can talk steak, we can talk wine, we can talk all that. When you take the blanket off, if your go-to is some ramen noodles at the house and I'm coming home to ramen noodles because that's your comfort place, miss me entirely. Because that's not going to do it for me. That's not going to do it for me.
But what if they season it with some chicken and then they put some chicken breast in and then, no, you don't want that either. You don't want the ramen.
I can't do it. Because listen, growing up, right, I'll tell this to the world. My mother, single mother, 5 kids. Okay, my mom, a trooper. Since day one, she's been grinding. Right. On her own, making it happen.
Right.
I've eaten so much ramen noodles in my lifetime and drink so much Kool-Aid. I equate that to a struggle. And I don't want to struggle with you. Right? Don't even bring it out of me. Now I'm a little bit nervous.
Red Kool-Aid and ramen. I ain't got time for that.
Not red Kool-Aid.
Red Kool-Aid.
About a bologna sandwich. I cannot do this, bro. So you can talk shop with me.
Quit to struggle.
Made me nervous. I can't do it.
I don't know what to do. All right, so here's my question. Okay. Now we're going to bring up the Cheesecake Factory girl.
Yes, we are. Because I want to talk about that. Wait,
we're going to bring up the thought process of it. But
that's what the
thought process of her. So the young lady, the guy took her they went out to dinner, and he pulled up in front of the Cheesecake Factory, and she went like
she refused to get out the car.
She refused to get out the car. She was recording him.
She went live.
To tell people that he was taking her to the Cheesecake Factory and all of this stuff. So my question to you is, if you go out on a date and it's a restaurant that you pretty much don't like, the ramen spot, what do you do? How do you handle a date going somewhere where you know that this is not for you? How do you handle that? Is that where you want to go, baby?
You want to go first?
I like that.
Like the way?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
But question though. Okay, so I saw something about that. But was it that she was like an hour late and they missed their reservation?
See, that's the thing about that too.
And then she had to go, so they can only go to the Cheesecake Factory?
It wasn't.
I'm just trying to get the whole story.
Yeah, what happened is that he had reservations for somewhere else. And that's the part that a lot of people don't talk about.
Yeah.
They had reservations for a different restaurant, a nicer restaurant. She was an hour late to the date, either getting ready or whatever, but she was an hour behind. So by the time they got together, they had missed their reservation. Cheesecake Factory was the second option. So he was like, I know we can get into Cheesecake Factory. We'll just go here.
So he was still trying.
I would say the fact that I was going to say, and just talk about, I still want y'all to answer the question. Just I'm talking about as a whole, we're just saying first of all, he waited for an hour.
Exactly.
I give you 15. I'm like an Uber. I give you 15.
Where we doing that at?
And I done canceled this trip.
Where's we waiting for an hour?
And then to try to come up with a solution.
Yeah.
Based on your tardiness.
We call that maturity. That's mature. Right? Amen.
But why is Sharonda over there? Because you're tardy.
Yeah.
You're tardy.
So I want
my interview. No, I'm just playing.
Same question, but a little tweaked.
Okay.
So I want the answer from Sharonda. He picks you up. You go to a destination that, for whatever reason, is not on the top of your list. How do you respond? Brent, I want to know from you as the man. You plan the date. You pick her up. You chose the place. And this is the reaction you get. She refuses to get out the car. So that's is you okay with that? That works?
Yeah, that's fine.
So that's what I want to know. So starting with you, Sharonda. So how do you handle that situation?
Graciously. And I go inside the restaurant. Now, unless it's something like I'm allergic to seafood and he took me to a seafood restaurant, totally different, right? But if it's just somewhere where I'm just like, it's not necessarily my favorite spot or whatever, I'm there on a date. So the food is secondary to me because I'm still supposed to get to know him.
Come on,
right?
Shay.
And so for me, I'm going to find something wherever I go.
That's
what I'm talking about. Say it again.
Yes, listen. Yeah, hey, you wanna come on?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm going to graciously go into that establishment with him, and I'm going to get to know him. Period. Right? Yes. Because it's not where you are. It's about the person that you're with. And so if I'm on a date and I'm supposed to get to know you, I want to get to know you. Right? So I'm going to still go in. I'm going to find something on the menu, even if it's just an appetizer and some tea. Like,
that's some tea.
Can I get some green tea with lemon, please?
Sound real sexy.
I'm not really hungry.
Listen,
whatever it is.
Sound real
but
fancy,
I'm going
don't
to
it?
right.
Put that lemon with it.
There was some honey. You got to throw the honey in there. You know that takes to a whole nother level, right?
Yes.
You daggone it. Got a medicine ball from Starbucks. Stop lying. Some peppermint.
Not the medicine ball. The $14 medicine ball.
Listen,
I'm just saying.
I'm classy.
I'm classy.
Hello.
But no, I'm going to go in. I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to try to get to know him.
Right.
And I'm going to keep it moving. I'm not going to judge him for it. Right. I'm not going to do that. So.
Can I just say something about that too? Because at one point, sometimes it could just be a test to see who you are and what kind of character you are, what kind of character you have. That's for a whole nother lesson. But sometimes it could just be that thing right there, like you said, to just go and give grace and be like, you know what, I'm going out with him, and this is where he want to go. Let me go find something to eat and eat this, and then maybe the next time you'd be like, okay then. But to at least, because it's about him, like you said, him, not the restaurant itself. Brent.
Ooh.
Not
Lord.
Set the scene, Brent. Y'all pull up. You in the car.
I've been say about that for a long time. Since I saw it, I've been having a lot to say. Me and Braden been talking about it.
You and Braden been talking about
it? We've been talking about this. That's why I told you I wouldn't have missed this for the world. Amen, because I got stuff to say. Listen.
Hit him with it.
Listen.
the floor is yours, sir.
They been speaking their truth.
The floor is yours.
Listen. I'm taking out the rest of the story. I'm going to address it straight on.
Right.
Hey, pick you up. We're going to go to a restaurant. Cool. Listen, first of all, the Cheesecake Factory is not Applebee's.
right.
It's not.
Okay.
Right.
In the car, I did not tell you got to get something off the 2 for $20. Don't do me like this. Don't do me like this. Don't even do me like that.
That part.
Okay? Because I be reading articles, NBA players, they love their Cheesecake Factory. Honey, why you doing me like this?
There's 1,400 options on the Cheesecake Factory
sure
menu.
is.
Everybody can find some meat on their menu.
That part.
And can. You know, so if I take you to a place,
Right.
actually, no matter where it is.
Doesn't matter.
Right? I'm going to take you somewhere. And you decide.
Take your time. Take your time.
You a little worked up? You a little worked up?
Little heat in your chest, I see.
I felt for him. I want to shake him, you know? Because it took him a little too long to get to where he got in the end. You know, because what was you doing? I was a little upset. Let me talk to you. Right? First of all, if you decide, hey, I'm not getting out of the car. Wait a minute, is you feeling okay? What's going on? You know,
You concerned?
Yeah, you all right? What's happening? Right? I'm gonna make sure you good. But if your response to me is, I don't like this place, I ain't getting out here.
Right?
Why you brought me here? What?
You gonna be in the car by yourself?
No, I'm gonna keep going.
You ain't gonna be in this car. Look, no problem. I'm gonna go ahead and get you set up with the Uber. Make sure you get home safe.
Yeah, you're gonna be in a car, but not this car.
You ain't gonna be in this car, right? I didn't know, right? You need to go sit in the back seat in the next car because that's childish,
Yeah.
right? Make sure they got a booster seat for you, right? Because that's childish. That's childish.
It's childish behavior.
Okay,
Yes.
because look, I'm trying to take you out, right? And then your response is this ain't enough. Off the job, I don't even know you like that.
It's our first
You know?
date.
And this ain't
The
enough.
first time I done took you out.
And I waited an hour, sis, please.
Girl, you this is messed up, right? But with that is, I can tell you, I'm not gonna argue,
Right.
right? And I love a test. Francesca will tell you,
Yeah.
I'll test you to the end, right? I'm always trying to figure something out, right? Because I just need to know.
Yeah.
What I want to know is when you faced with something that you don't like or that bothers you or that just ain't 100% for you, how do you react?
How do you deal with it?
If you fold the moment you go from 100 to 99, this ain't gonna work,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I experienced too much as people will literally throw away the 99,
Yeah.
chasing after the one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And just for me, I don't understand that, right? Because I ain't never had the 100, right? I've never met the 100,
Right.
What does that look like, right? All I know is effort. All I know is, hey, we out here trying to make this thing work,
Right. Exactly.
But it's the concept of off the jump.
Right.
My standards are so high that the first, with me not even knowing you, the first thing I'm gonna say is, "What you brought me here for?" One, you either a little too comfortable off the jump, so I already know you finna. I'm gonna be in a bad situation.
Show out.
Okay, yeah, because you really about that. Or you are absolutely delusional in the way that the process works. Right? You've been courted by the wrong people.
Right.
Right, and that's another thing.
Yeah.
Again, I can preach today. Right? Another thing that I think exists and why that situation led to itself. Now, I'm not saying she's not a good woman. I'm not saying she's not a good person.
Right.
I'm sure she has loved ones. People love her. I'm sure she's a good friend. She's good at a lot of things. But that does not mean that you're good with men, right? And then vice versa. You can be a good brother, a good son. That does not mean you're a good man to a woman, right? Because if you don't know what it looks like, if you don't know what you're supposed to do, if you haven't experienced the right things, you can quickly get caught up in some mess like that. Because I was screaming to me, honey, this entire time, you gotten courted with nice dinners, nice whatever. Okay, cool. That's what you said. Why are you here with me? What led you here?
How you got here?
Yeah.
What road were you on?
How are we in this car having this conversation today?
Like you said, you were joking about you said maturity. Because that shows a utter lack of maturity where as an adult, you can't have a simple conversation with this man that I prefer, because it's a really simple conversation.
It's about preference.
I thank you for bringing me here and choosing this place. I prefer somewhere else. Can we negotiate? Is there any other place that we can go? Does it have to be here? There is a way to handle it, but just to sit there like you said, a petulant child, and be like, I'm not getting out the car. You get out of here,
and then videotape.
And then you got the nerve to videotape me.
You went live. You didn't record. You went live.
And once
real time, so you gonna catch
real time.
You caught me looking kind of funny. Why you do me like that?
And see, that's why the Lord don't make me single in 2023. Don't do that. Because I'm sitting in my car that I pay for. I pay the insurance on this.
You do.
We are not riding dirty around here, okay?
And you tell me you not getting out of my vehicle one way or another.
You up out of here.
I'm like, Brent, you going to ride in the backseat of either a cop car or Uber.
But the ride will not be with me.
Because now you trespassing. Because I done revoked the right for you to be in my property. Now you trespassing.
There you
yes, sir.
But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I got another word.
What's up?
I got another question. But carry on with your question.
No, I was going to say, kind of, because it's kind of the same vein, but I want your opinion from a woman's point of view and from a male's point of view. The second situation is the oyster lady. So if you haven't familiar with that, you haven't heard about that one. So what happened was this young lady, it was in Atlanta. So this young man had been trying, from her perspective, to take her out for a while. She didn't want to, but she got hungry. And so she finally agreed that she would go out with him. So they went to a local seafood restaurant. So she goes there. She orders, because he said, let's just go out for drinks, because that's important to the story. Let's go out for drinks. She gets to the restaurant. Not only does she order multiple drinks, but then she proceeds to order 48 oysters. And she sits down and eats 48 oysters in one setting. Now, on top of the 48 oysters, she also orders an entree of crab cakes and potatoes. So she orders like this abundant. At the end of the day, the bill ended up being a little over $200. He bounces. He leaves her there. He said, I'm not doing this. This is not what I signed up for. And he left her. And of course, the whole time while she's doing this, she's on live.
Wait, she's on live doing what?
The whole day.
Just recording.
Recording the whole thing. Recording her eating the oysters. Recording everything. Recording when he left, the whole thing. And so it's this big thing. So I'm curious, twofold. So Brent, from a male point of view, if you're the guy on that date, how are you handling it? And Sharonda, from a female's point of view, would you do that to somebody? Why are you looking at me like that?
She look like
I almost cussed.
She gave you the how dare you even bring this up to me.
She did.
Don't treat people like that.
No way in the world I would do that to someone. Like it's all about respect. Why would you do that?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, that makes no sense to me. And I've never even heard this. This is the first time I'm hearing it. I'm just blown. Mine is blown. Like, are you kidding me? My temples hurt.
I think she got a little heat in her chest now.
I think that Vicks Vapor Rub is on me now. Because, like, like, why would you even do that?
Right.
And then to make it live. Like, this whole social media thing is
it's got
me
crazy.
with this. I mean, you go live for everything. And so for you, what are you doing? You're on live showing that you got 48 oysters and you go crap. You looking greedy? You on live showing that you looking greedy?
As they say, she is slurping and burping on live.
And you are literally
for real.
Really?
Oh,
and
yeah.
you are I couldn't even imagine doing that to somebody. I barely gonna get an appetizer in the mid. Like, I don't even eat that much. Like, what you doing? Like, you're just a glutton for just like, what? Make it make sense, because the math ain't mathing. Like, it makes no sense. And then you're on live. right? For me, and I know you asked him, but for me as a man, I'd have been got up and left. I wouldn't even have waited to the end. Like as soon as you put out your camera to be on live, I'm out.
Yeah, because what are we doing
what
here?
are we doing? We on a date and you live?
Right.
You're not my person.
You ain't the real date girl
You're not my
of
person.
Dallas.
Right.
What in the world are we doing?
And I'm not going to sit up here and wait to embarrass you on live and then leave and make you. I'm just going to roll out before because now you wasting an hour, 2 hours of my time, and I can't get that back. So I'm out early.
Yeah.
Right. If I'm going to date someone, they pull out a phone to go live. Oh, I'm sorry, player. Oh yeah, no, we done.
Yeah,
like I would call my own goddamn on Uber.
Yeah,
I'm out. Right? Yes. But no, I would never in a million years do that. I think that is so trifling.
You know what I love? When we start having conversations like that DMV come out of you for real.
I'm like that Bama tripping. It's tripping. This Bama. No, wait a minute. Like hold up.
Yes. The bounce got to go with it.
You know?
Hey, man. So here we go.
Listen.
Here we go again. Wait a minute.
She done hit that chair and said chest. It's over there about to die from production.
I'm going to take all that out.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
I'm going to take all that out. It's okay.
Got me heated. Like to audacity.
Yes.
Wow.
So I'm curious,
Brent.
Brent.
Go ahead,
What about you, Brent?
How you handling that situation, sir?
Look. So again, for me, I'm gonna leave you where you start acting funny at, right? So you pull out the phone, I'm gonna leave you right there.
Yeah.
Because what is you doing,
right?
Because what you telling me is I need to go,
right?
You not
really
acting right. Something little wrong with you.
Yeah, right. It's your fans.
This ain't gonna work for me.
Yeah.
So wherever we were at up until then, right? Hey, I'm gonna cover this, right? Come on over here. Tally where we at right now. What has she eaten? I ain't talking about the 48 straight. How many of them 48 horses she ate? Count that up. Bring me the check. Sus? Because not now you sus.
Yeah.
Get home safe.
Yeah, that's you right there. That's you. That's you.
You got the rest. Because what are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm going to take it back a little bit, though. Because this is the problem.
Right.
This is the problem. This is why I said there's a difference between men and boys. I said it in the beginning.
Yes, you did.
If you approach a woman, right, you want to take her out, she say no. I don't want to go out with you. Okay, cool. Not a problem. I respect that. Okay. What I'm not going to do is sell you on why you should go out with me.
Oh yeah.
Because now we have a problem.
Yeah.
Because now I'm viewed as the weak,
And
the
desperate
vulnerable,
dude.
desperate.
And that's what he did.
And you can get over on me.
And that's what he did.
And that's exactly what happened.
Oh, yeah.
So now, while he embarrassed, for sure, that's a lesson. That's a lesson for boys. We need to graduate to becoming men. If they tell you no,
Right.
sir, they don't want you.
Leave it at that.
They don't want you. Because there's a difference between no and hey, not right now.
Right.
Because a real woman, if she's going through something, you never know what somebody's going through. Another
Exactly.
I just got out of a bad relationship. Just got a divorce. Hey, my life is crazy hectic. Look, hey, listen, I appreciate you asking, but
It's not the season.
this ain't it for me right now. I'm not there. Right? But there's a difference between that
And no.
and a no.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Because that's a complete sentence.
And it is. So if you tell me no, hey, I respect that. I respect that. I ain't the one. That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, if I ain't the one, I'm definitely not gonna be the fool to play 2, 3, 4,
Right.
and in here on live buying you this food, and I'm mad, and I'm been out of shape. Look at what she did to me. No, sir. Listen, she's wrong.
She's wrong, but she been told you that ain't what she wanted.
She told you that, buddy. You kept trying. You kept trying. You kept pushing. You kept pushing. Here you are in a situation. This is a prime example of why you have to accept the no.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Lesson learned.
If you
bro.
don't, you will get used. And there it is.
Lesson learned.
What you was gonna say, bro?
So we gotta wrap it up. It's been a long. Ooh.
Do we?
Yeah. It's over an hour. Ooh.
I was okay. Okay.
Good
I
time.
didn't know you was doing production over here.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
And you know why?
Well, that's fine.
You want me to put your business in the street?
You always put my business in the street.
Listen, first of all, let me say this. The reason why I want to ask those questions that we just asked you about those two things is because that is the reason why you guys are having such a hard time. Right? Because of that thing, because there's a level that people think they can do and how they can handle and what they should do. They're not looking to, this is crazy, they're not looking to their parents who've been married for years. They're not looking to their aunts and uncle who've been married, their grandparents. They're not looking at the couple down the street. They looking on their phones and going by, well, if she could do that, surely I'm about to do that. If he could do that, I can do that. And then it makes it difficult for the mature people who are looking for a real relationship. And also what's happening also for mature people who say they want to be married again. I want to be married again, or I want to be married for the first time. And then they're looking on social media, and social media saying marriage is a joke. So-and-so ain't together no more. Or they have an open relationship. Or we separated, but we still doing what we want to do, right? And so then it begins real funky, because we got to remember that we have a younger generation looking at us. We have your son, our grandkids looking at us, your babies, right? Looking at us, and they're like, do I really want to be in that? By how we carry ourselves, right? So we have to be the examples, whether we want it by our life, because they're looking at this thing they have right here. They can do this all day and find 50 reasons why not to date, not to get married.
She's holding a phone in her hand, family.
That was weird, right? Thank you, baby.
This not visual. It's audio.
It's audio.
I'm looking at it for y'all. I'm looking at it.
Y'all, it's the phone. Y'all, I'm holding the phone, y'all. But but they can do that and do everything they want from right there. And that's the part that's giving people who want the courtship, who wants the traditional courtship, a rough time. So my last question to you guys, which was something that me and him did on the last podcast. When you hear the word love, what does it mean? What does it mean to you?
We can get another 45 minutes out of that. Let's do that.
No, we're not. We're not getting another 45 minutes. But when you hear the word love, Sharonda, what do you hear?
Commitment. Loyalty. Connection. Respect, because those things translate whether it is platonic or romantic. If I love you, those are some of the things, and of course others that I am, that when I hear love, I say I love you, that's what I expect, and that's what I'm seeing.
Wow. You know what's so crazy? We have joked and laughed so hard, but the moment that question came, you could hear a pin drop. Legitimately, no one said anything, because that's the real stuff, because people want to be seen and loved. You know what I'm saying? So what about you, Brent? When you hear the word love, what do you think? What do you feel? What do you hear?
For me, it's love is understanding. And it's grace. When you love someone, right? Loyalty, the respect, everything she mentioned is true. Right. But I feel like think of a 3-story house, right? You got your living area, you got your bedroom, the respect, the loyalty, all of that exists in the home. It's the basement where I feel a lot of this exists, right? It's the part that's left unseen.
Right.
Because you only go down there, certain things happen. It's not where you live at, right? It's a place that you go. And that's where the understanding and the grace exists. Because when things go bad up top, this is the last part you got right here. This is what's going to keep this together, right? It's the grace. It's the understanding. Because to love me, I need you to understand me. I need you to try to understand me. Because we all mess up. We all make mistakes.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
If I fall short in loving you the way that you want to be loved, the only thing that's going to help us get through that, because that is a major thing.
That's a real thing.
Right? Feeling unloved in a relationship, one or two things are going to happen.
Yeah.
Right. We either going to lean on some understanding and some grace is going to be given,
right,
for us to continue on that journey, or with the lack of understanding and lack of grace, that's it.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to come back from, because now you feel cold, right? You got a bit of cold, got wet, right? We just had a conversation a couple weeks ago. This is reminding me of that, right? It's like getting rained on, right? You can be the foundation. You can be everything for somebody, right? And they don't realize you're getting wet, right? You're covering them with your love, but it might not be the love that they believe they should be getting. Yeah. Right. So here I am. I think, hey, protecting you from the elements, keeping you warm, keeping you dry.
Yeah.
That's love to me, right? But yours is something completely different, right? And the way we get through this is with understanding each other and giving each other grace as we navigate through that.
Yeah.
If you love somebody, you'll you'll do those two things.
Wow.
I think what happens a lot of the times with that, kind of tying back into the being single, is that a lot of people don't know how to love themselves first. And because I don't know how to love me, I can't love you. I can go through the motions. I can say the words. I can do the things that I've seen people do when they talk about love. But it's never genuine and it doesn't last because I don't even know how to love myself first. Right. And I think that's where a lot of issues come in with single people and trying to be in relationships and kind of like we touched on before, where you attract what you are. So I'm looking for something that I don't even know how to give myself.
Right.
And that's why it doesn't work, because when I don't know how to love me, I don't know the work it takes.
Yeah. Because it takes work.
I think that's the part people don't understand. When it comes to love, like you said, platonic or in romantic sense,
it's work.
It is work.
It's work.
And if I've never put that work in for myself, there's no way. It's like you telling me, I need you to go build a carburetor. I don't know where to start with that. I don't know where to start. I've never done it for myself. I've never built a carburetor for myself. So how am I going to go build a carburetor for you?
Absolutely.
So I'm here looking for a relationship. I'm out here looking for love. But I've never loved myself first. I've never taken the time to put the work in to love me and recognize my flaws and love me through my flaws. Because if I don't love me through my flaws, how am I going to be in a relationship with somebody and love them through their flaws?
Right.
And that's also, you have to think too, why sometimes, not all the time, don't email us about nothing.
You can, but it ain't going to work well for you. But I mean, you can.
That's why a lot of times people are in love with love and they get married for that reason, and they go in not knowing who they are, and then the other person is trying to give them something that they don't even know that they want or need. I've seen lately, again, going back into looking at the world, where I've heard three couples get divorced and now want to backtrack. They don't even know why they got a divorce. Don't even know what happened. It just happened, right? Because they either had the wrong person in their ear, directing their steps, or they thought the grass was greener on the other side, not knowing that there is maintenance on their grass on the other side. Because if you maintain yours will look just like theirs, but you not maintaining yours, right? You didn't do no weed killer down. You just letting it do what it do. Right? So that's another reason why. And then again, the other reason why is not knowing who you are. Right? Because what you're doing is you putting a heavy burden on someone for your joy and for your happiness. That is heavy. That would be so heavy for Sanchez to put that much for me to be happy, right? He needs to make me happy. And how much that's a lot of responsibility. He's a human being. He's a person just like me. And if I'm unhappy, it's your fault that I'm unhappy because you're not doing this. And in actuality, there's a hole in me that only God could fill, that Sanchez could never fill if there's a hole inside of me. And I think sometimes when we talk about this, we need to understand that sometimes even being single and you can be by yourself, and being married, you can be by yourself.
Amen.
It's real talk, right?
I think so many people run into other relationships when they're finished with one, that they don't get their self time to just get to know who they are. Exactly. Right? And so even like in my case, it's like I'm dating, but I'm working on some things. I have some things that I need to take care of, so I don't bring into my next relationship.
Don't bleed over.
And so I'm quick to be like, I'm not ready to enter into another relationship right now. I'm really just trying to get over my last one, right? And there's some things I need to take care of, but people don't want to hear that. People don't want to say. So though I might have a great guy that's coming to me, and you're this and you're that, and yet if I'm not mentally, emotionally, there, I'm not going to do it. I know I need to take time for myself. Right. I know I need to take time to say, okay, Sharonda, what could you have done differently? What do you need? What do you don't need? Because I don't want to be toxic to someone else. Right. Exactly. But so many people don't want to take the time because they just want to run into the next relationship. It's okay to be by yourself.
Because they're running for themselves.
Exactly. Because they don't know who they are.
Yeah, because they don't. Yes. Because do you know how scary it is to stop and have to look at self? Yeah. Because if I do
self.
The whole exactly.
Because it's so much easier for me to blame you, for me to find your faults and what is your fault, and this is why it didn't work, and we're not together because of you and because you did this. But when I got to stop and look in the mirror and say, nah, Sanchez, this is why it didn't work out. And this is what you did. And this is what you need to work on. Right. That is a scary conversation that unfortunately a lot of people don't want to have. Because once again, one thing we always talk about, life is work, no matter what it is, whether it's a relationship, whether it's building a business, whether it's chasing a dream, whatever it is, it's work. It's work. And what I'm realizing is that for some reason, people are now scared to work. Yeah, we done got soft. People don't want to. People don't want to work anymore from a physical sense of people don't want to go to jobs anymore to a personal sense, and nobody wants to put that work in mentally, emotionally, spiritually. People don't want to work anymore. They just like the Cheesecake Girl. I just bring it to me. I ain't even getting out. Just bring me what I want. I ain't even getting out.
And we have to remember too that also with that being, loneliness will make you take anything.
Say it again.
I'm just saying. Loneliness will make you take anything beneath what you deserve or that you're worth, because you don't want to be by yourself. Not understanding that you are lonely and you're taking someone, you are still by yourself, even though they are physically there, because the needs that you want and need, they cannot fulfill. They are not equipped to fulfill what you're looking for, right? But you just want a physical body, somebody. Everybody dating, everybody do. I need somebody. I don't want to be by myself. By yourself sometimes is the best thing to do, because what you don't want to do is get in a relationship or get married and still be by yourself.
Amen.
In the midst of that, right? And so no one wants to take accountability. Nope. When Sanchez was talking, it makes me think of being an entrepreneur. The reason why there's so many entrepreneurs that would be out here, but the reason why they're not entrepreneurs, because they don't want to be, if it fails, it's on them. If I fail at my job, it's on DSS. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Ain't nobody looking at Angela at all. The supervisor may be like, hey girl, but all in all, not. But so the same thing with relationships, right? If it's you and this person, nobody's looking at mama. Somebody be like, my mama, it ain't got nothing to do with your mama, your daddy, nobody. Right now it's me and you. And we are both looking at each other and saying, hey, this is what we did, right? How long can we say it's mama's fault? I was 14 when it happened. I'm 45. We can't keep doing that. We're adults now. And I think sometimes people don't want to take accountability for the stuff that we do. That's why I say sometimes when you get into a relationship, I'm going to need you to carry an overnight bag. If you have not emptied your duffel, your 2 rolling on carriers, I'm going to need you to stay by yourself a little bit longer. Because, of course, we're all going to have baggage. But, baby, you don't bought the trunk, the 2 rollings. And you know why? Because you haven't reconciled with yourself.
There it is.
Right, and that's the issue. We need a part 2. We got to go. We need a part. We need a part 2.
Invite me, because I got something to say.
Bring it on. We ain't scared.
Here's the thing, though. We actually do need to have a conversation about having you 2 back on.
Hey, I'm ready.
And part 2. Yeah, it doesn't have to be about this topic. We can find something else to talk about.
Whatever.
Look, the way y'all got me feeling important. Mama, listen, y'all, family. They run a real professional setup over here. They are legit. Tell your friends. Tell everybody you know. Crenshaw Corner is for real. Don't wait till later on and say,
jump on the bandwagon later.
Because I'm going to check. If you say, I was with them from the beginning, we're going to check. We're going to check. Because I tell you what. They run a real professional setup.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, we got to do part 2. My God.
We're going to talk about that off the air. One thing we always do, Shay, you know, but Brent, this is your first time. So we always like to end with a final thought.
Yes, Lord.
It can be on topic or off topic. It's with whatever the last thought you want the family to know. So, ladies first. So, Shay, I'm going to start with you. What's your final thought for the family?
Love yourself. Figure out what that looks like, what that sounds like, but love yourself first before you even go out there and assume that you can start to love someone else. Right. Just truly, fully, 100% love yourself.
Wow.
Brent, what you got?
Wow. I love that.
Because when I was younger, I played Jenga, right? With the Jenga board, your pieces, they stack on each other. No,
because I had to do some self-reflecting.
I love it.
We never gonna let him live that down.
Nah.
Please don't.
That's so good. That's so good. I messed with you, but it was good.
What you got?
Hit him with it.
Seriously, listen. After this conversation today, I'm gonna keep it on topic though. But what's sticking with me,
right,
is stay true to yourself, right? Love yourself. Stay true to yourself, because what you can't do, don't bend, don't break to the pressure. Because the pressures that exist today, it will have you laying beside somebody that you don't know.
Right.
All for the sake of
having somebody.
Hey, at least I got somebody.
Yep.
Right?
Come on.
Be comfortable being by yourself. It's hard in the beginning, but boy, is it beautiful on the other side.
Come on.
I love it.
Side of through.
Babe, what you got? What's your final thought?
My final thought is, when we gonna do part 2? That's all I got. I don't got nothing.
I tell you, we going.
I mean, we done said it. We done laid it all out there. I don't even know what to do at this point. I'm done. I don't. What you got, baby? What you got?
What I got is relatively simple.
You kill me with this.
This is relatively simple.
Go ahead, baby.
So I can't speak from a single prospect. I can't do that. Like I said, 24, almost 25 years. I'm not trying to be. Plus, like I said, my mentality in life, I wouldn't make it out here.
No, if you book.
You know what I'm saying?
If you
I couldn't make it out here. But what I will say is that be the person that the child you can feel safe with. I heard somebody say, I think it was somewhere online, and it was like, the person that you are now is the person that the child you could feel safe with.
That's good.
Be that person that whatever you needed as a child to feel safe, to feel secure, to feel love, be that person now, because that's what's going to take you, because that's what's going to help you build your relationships, build your bridges. That's what's going to help you navigate life, because the thing we don't realize about children is that children know the essence of who you are.
There it is.
They know the true nature.
Yeah.
That's why babies, they if you want to know if a person is a good person, hand them a baby. That's serious. Hand them a baby. If that baby feels comfortable enough to go to sleep with them, 9 times out of 10, that's a relatively good person. If that baby start going crazy and will not settle down for nothing, no matter what you do, you need to start looking at that person a little differently.
Okay.
Because they know God gave them the sense, because as a baby, you are dependent on the people around you.
Yeah.
So God gave them a sense to know when they're safe, when they're protected.
Yeah.
And we take that into childhood until we're tainted, until the world tells us to view life a different way.
That's powerful.
Yeah. So if you want to know what type of person that you should be, go back to what you needed as a child and be that person that as a child you will feel safe with.
Text me that right there. That snippet right there. Send that to me.
It's real talk.
I'm about to use that.
I would love to talk about that too, because I think that what happens is, in part 2, discussing how sometimes we allow the little boy and the little girl in us to taint or take over the adult in us, like the bad things that happened to us when we were younger, and every now and then that little girl, little boy be like, girl, stop. You know,
that's our part 2 topic.
Y'all about to keep me riled up. I just calm down.
We'll get that on the books.
We get on the books.
We'll get that on the books.
You all right, Sharonda? Because you're looking at me like, what in the world?
I'm about to say, okay, cut. Now stop part 2. Don't stop part 2. What time is it? 8? It was at 8:15. I'm good. I don't got nothing to do tomorrow early.
What y'all talking now?
Cut this one off.
Wait a minute.
And that's just gonna get started. Let me get some juice, some red juice.
She ain't had no business doing that. Because when she said,
I'm a little parched.
We let the child take over.
Yes.
I got some stuff to say about that.
Yes, we do.
You gonna have me talking about my last
Family.
Oh, wait a minute.
Family.
We go end it there. And we will keep you abreast.
Keep you abreast, guys.
On when part 2 of this conversation is coming.
Just know they coming back. Know that
Yeah,
for
know
sure.
that. But
for sure.
What we
For
want to
sure.
do is thank you so much.
Guys, I promise you. Oh
This
my
was
God,
this was
guys.
an honor.
It was an honor.
The family doesn't know the behind the scenes, how we choose our guests and who want to be on the show. It's because we've had a lot of people asking to be. Would we want to sit down and have a conversation? Would we want to sit down and have dinner with
them? Yeah.
That's what we go by.
Yeah.
Forget about the microphones. Forget about. Do we want to sit down and break bread with you and have honest conversation with you?
Yeah.
And you two are amazing individuals.
Oh
You
my
are
God, we love
and
you
brought
guys
so
so
much
much.
insight, so much the vulnerability, the openness that you brought to this conversation and brought to the family. Just thank you so much. We are honored that you guys agreed to be on this show.
My God.
Listen, I love y'all. Y'all already know that.
What?
Y'all my people.
Say it again.
You know? Great people.
We appreciate
Thank you.
So, family, we're going to end it right there. So, family, as always, we thank you for listening.
Oh, my gosh, thank
However
you.
you're listening, whether it's on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, or on our own personal website at www.thecrenshawcorner.com. As always, we consider ourselves an interactive podcast, which means we can be found on the socials. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're on YouTube, all under The Crenshaw Corner. And of course, you can email us at any time at thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. Once again, thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. And as always, family, welcome to our journey.
We love you guys. Bye.